Okay. All right, we're back. So my guess is that Lao Tzu, I think it's about 100 years after Confucius. So by then, my guess is Confucianism became kind of mainstream, majoritarian philosophy in China. That would be my guess. And so Lao Tzu is kind of going against Confucius as an iconoclast, as a polemicist. So he's going against everything that's mainstream. That would be my guess. Or that would be my projection, okay? Because I'm kind of like that, okay? So for example, when coronavirus first came out, I was warning my families and my friends, hey, do not travel, okay? And because it seemed very serious threat, coronavirus, COVID-19, okay? When it first came out, but not many people were worried about that back then. Okay. So I like kind of being minority. Yeah. But most people didn't think it's serious. Coronavirus, COVID-19. Okay. But I thought it was very serious threat when coronavirus first came out, right? I thought it was very serious. Okay. Later on, everybody think a couple of months later, everybody was afraid of coronavirus, COVID-19, so they took it very seriously. When this caution against coronavirus became mainstream, I went the other way because I like being minority. I feel more comfortable being a minority, ideologically speaking. Okay, so yeah, when everybody's kind of germophobic about coronavirus, I was like, nah, coronavirus is nothing. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, so kind of counterbalancing minority. Okay, I guess Lao Tzu is kind of like this. So he's against education, right? Yeah. Confucius heavy emphasis on education, but Confucius and Lao Tzu they have something in common. Yeah, honor thy parents. Okay, yeah. Also in Judaism too, Moses, Ten Commandments, something like that. Right? Yeah. Okay. So we see some common denominator from different religions, philosophy. Okay, like Judaism, Confucius, Lao Tzu. Right? Yeah. We see that. Honor thy parents. Okay. So. Okay. So. Do you remember back in the days where LGBT was the king? Uh, Now BLM is the king, right? July 2020. Okay, but back in a couple of years ago, LGBT was the king. After that, between LGBT and BLM, yeah, climate change, anti-climate change, that was the king. Okay, yeah. So Miss Greta Thunberg, she donated what something $100,000 or $10,000 to BLM movement or something, or coronavirus relief, something like that. I was like, how did she get all that money? So I feel she made good money, huh? Anti-climate change activists. I was like, oh my goodness, she's young, she's just a child. How did she get all that money? Maybe interviews, books. That's hilarious, okay? So, I think it's all about money, power, fame, okay? I don't think she really cares about climate change or whatever. It's all about money, okay? So, oh boy. Whatever. And she's public figure, so it's fair to criticize her, right? So, anyway, so if I say, hey, I don't believe in LGBT, I don't believe in climate change, I don't believe in BLM, okay? And people say, yeah, oh, you're so ignorant. You don't believe in LGBT. Yeah, I think LGBT is very unnatural. Oh, you're ignorant. I don't believe in climate change, ignorant. I don't believe in BLM, ignorant. Okay? So that's how I apply this Lao Tzu's teaching lesson that we don't need no education. Do 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 do. Teacher, leave your kids alone. Yeah, that's how I interpret that. Okay, so all these contemporary, these mainstream ideologies, yeah, maybe it's not worthwhile to learn them, even if people would call us dumb, unwise, ignorant, and even if we are, because we don't subscribe to mainstream ideologies, maybe we are useless. Maybe you cannot get a job because we don't want to learn all those. We don't want to inculcate ourselves. We don't want to subscribe to this all these mainstream majoritarian contemporary ideologies like LGBT, BLM, or climate change. We don't want to learn any of that. They call us ignorant, so we cannot get any jobs, but we honor our parents. We are alone. Honor old school back in the days. Our parental, ancestral, good stuff, old school. So maybe we are not relevant in this day and age, and they may call us ignorant. But we don't want to learn all this new stuff like BLM, climate change, LGBT. We don't want to learn all this new stuff. So they may find us useless. Okay. So that's how I interpret and apply to today's what's going on today. This old teaching, like he was what 400 BC, so it's like 200 and 2,400 years ago. Lao Tzu, right? Still very relevant, right? Yeah, we can apply that. hmm Yeah, we study old Bible, Confucius, Lao Tzu. It's like honoring our metaphysical parents, right? Yeah, sure. How about Immanuel Kant? If we follow up this idea of ours, let's take 5 minutes break, okay? So I need some vocal rest. So we'll do Kant, okay? Immanuel Kant, German philosopher. What year? 1700, 1800, something like that, okay? Before Schopenhauer, okay? Schopenhauer is like later, alright? So yeah, philosophy day today. Pink Floyd, comfortably numb. I don't say that. I don't like being numb. I don't want to say that. I'm comfortably relaxed because I'm drunk a little bit. Alright, so comfortably laid back, comfortably low energy. Okay, that's what I would say. Okay, comfortably drunk. Yeah, we'll take 5 minutes. All right, we'll do some Kant, Immanuel Kant, Herr Kant. Yeah. Critical purism, okay, so we'll just read a paragraph here. I'm kind of excited, alright, yeah. He's cool, I like him a lot. I bought his book in Amazon.com, so it's kind of, I think it's a used book. I'm not sure it's brand new. I think it's a used book, okay, so. Yeah. Yeah, it's metaphysics, right? In humanology, yeah, we do our own metaphysics. We call it copiumology. Copium, okay, so yeah. We get back to that if I lose this election, okay, so because I kind of miss it, right? Yeah, if I lose the election, okay, so we'll see how it goes, okay? I keep you posted, okay? So I'll be very surprised if I win this primary, this August 18th, okay? It's about in 3 weeks, and I'll be very surprised if I win that election, okay? We'll know soon enough, right? 3 weeks. What will be my guess? I have no idea whether I'm gonna win or lose, okay? I just don't know. I try to win, but I just don't have any clue whether, because I don't have crystal ball, and we don't have election poll because it's local. Okay, I try to rhyme, right? I don't have crystal ball, and we don't have election poll. It's just local election. Okay, so there's no polling, right? This is a local election, so I don't have a clue whether I'm gonna win or lose. Just no clue. Yeah, I do my best to win, but what I can tell is it will be very surprising to me if I win. Okay, that's what I can tell. That's what I can say. All right. So because my first time, there's incumbent Alaska State Senator who's doing very well, and yeah, there's some criticism like any other politicians, but it's always an uphill battle to go against the incumbent running for re-election. Okay, it's an uphill battle. Why? Because people voted for incumbent before, so in order to win against incumbent, two ways. Either you should persuade people who voted for him so that those voters would vote for you, or you should bring in new voters so that who can vote for you for the very first time, who are not quite interested in politics, okay? Or you do both, and that's what I've been doing. Two-prong approach. I go to political meetings to meet and greet people who voted for the incumbent local election, because not many people vote for local election. Okay, so I meet and greet them and to persuade them so that they vote for me and not incumbent, right? The kind of people who are interested in politics, who vote for local election. Plus, I go to bars and clubs to persuade them to vote for this local election for the very first time, and hopefully they'll vote for me. Two-prong approach. Regular voters and brand new voters who are not quite interested in politics. Okay, yeah. I do both. Two-prong approach. Okay, I go to political meetings and to persuade people who are interested in politics, local politics, that they will vote for me, who used to vote for incumbent. Okay, then I go to bars and clubs to meet people who don't vote in these local elections, so that they would vote for me. People who are not interested in politics at all. Okay, so I do both. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Okay, I do everything I can. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah. Okay. If you follow up this idea of ours and hypothesize ties it, we shall be able to determine the original being by means of the mere concept of the highest reality as a being that is one, simple, all sufficient, eternal, etc., in a world, determine it in its unconditioned completeness through all predicaments. The concept of such a being is the concept of God in its transcendental sense, and thus, as I indicated above, the idea of pure reason is the object of a transcendental theology. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I like his sentences. Okay, it's not easy to understand what he's saying, but it's beautiful. Just I look at in the flip the chapter pages of mathematical textbooks. I don't understand what those equations are about, but it looks beautiful. It's like decoration on the wall, painting on the wall. Okay, yeah, not quite understandable, but it looks good. It sounds cool, right? Yeah, the kind of stuff that I would want to have this custom T-shirt just to look. It looks sounds very cool. Okay, I don't understand what he's saying, but I have to think about what is, and it will take a while to understand what he's saying. But it sounds cool. Okay, it's beautiful, beautiful sentences. Very brainy, right? Yeah, Kant is cool. Okay, I like him. Though I don't quite understand what he's saying, I think it's cool. Okay, it sounds cool. Let's take a shot at interpreting what he said. Just one paragraph, okay? That's gonna be a challenge, and we love challenges, okay? So we'll take 5 minutes break, okay? And then we'll get at it, all right? So beautiful sentences. Yeah, I like him, okay? He's good. I think he's a very good writer, very original. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes, okay? Hello. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, I heard about that man. Yes. Yeah, yeah. I was going to be that. Yeah. Oh, oh, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's it up? Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Yes, sir. Right. will be right back. I'm looking for my cell phone. Ay. Where's my cell phone? Ay. Oh, we'll be right back, okay? Okay, we're back. I had to take some phone calls. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, uh, yeah, let's take a shot at Immanuel Kant, critical pure reason. One paragraph, okay, which is very heavy. Just one paragraph, right? Yeah, we try to see what he's saying. It's beautiful sentences, but a little bit too long a sentence, right? Uh, if we follow up this idea of ours and hypothesize, we shall be able to determine the highest reality. Very metaphysical, right? Yeah. The physics and metaphysics, right? Yeah. So being there is one simple, all-sufficient, eternal, in a word, determining its unconditioned completeness, like absolute, through all predicaments. The concept of such a being is the concept of God. Oh yeah, in transcendental sense. Ideal of ideal or pure reason is the object of transcendental theology. Yeah. So yeah, God, concept of God, according to Immanuel Kant, is about this ideal, high and mighty ideal theology, right? Okay, so that's what he's talking about. Okay, we got it. I like his sentences. His writing style is very heavy, but it's beautiful. Very elaborate. It's beautiful. Okay, it's very different kind of style. But when I write things, essays or commentary, I'm more vernacular, conversational, very plain English. Okay, why? I'm not a philosopher. I'm not that smart. Okay, I'm kind of laid back. All right, so I know some big words, but I just want to lay back and relaxed. Okay, I don't want to work that hard. All right, I kind of look at me. I'm sit down comedian. Okay, I'm not even stand up comedian. Okay, I just want to sit down and relax, lay back and drinking beer. Yeah, 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 man, lady. Mm-hmm. Something random. Okay, how many years ago was that? I was in Korea visiting my families and friends. When was that? I was in Madison, Wisconsin. Studying computational computer science. So I was in Madison, Wisconsin between 1997 and 2004. All right. So my guess is maybe 2002. So I was like, how old was I? So I was born in 1978. 2002. Okay. 24. Yeah. I was 24 years old. So I'm 42 now. So 18 years ago. All right. I paid visit to my parents in Seoul, South Korea. I was in Madison, Wisconsin. On a summer vacation, I guess. I visit Seoul, South Korea, and uh, so when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, I went to Korean American church. I think it was Presbyterian. Okay, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's Korean American church, right? Yeah, very good church, great pastor, right? Yeah, fantastic people there. I was a Sunday school teacher for a while, right? Yeah. In Korean American church, okay. Mostly Koreans, okay. We speak Korean, so after the church, we eat Korean food because they're fantastic Korean authentic cuisine, home cooked meal, right? Yeah, so most of us like students, right? Yeah, and their spouses, your PhD candidates and master's degree, and some undergrads like I was, right? Yeah, and some English as second language students, right? Yeah, we were Koreans, Korean Americans or Korean visitors, students. Okay, so I met some Korean youngsters who are younger than me. Okay, and who came to visit America, who studying there like English as second language, right? And then some summer vacation. Okay, we came visit my parents in Seoul, South Korea, and I met some of them who are there in Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, so we went to a club in Seoul, South Korea. It was dance club. All right. I think that's the only time I went to a dance. No, not the only time actually. In Korea, back in the days, they used to have this place like dance club kind of style for mature people in their 40s and 50s. Cabaret. All right. Yeah, that's dance club for mature people like in their 40s, 50s. Okay. in South Korea. I've been to that place because I'm old school, right? I like all this music, right? So yeah, I've been to one, I think. Yeah. But so yeah, I guess it's my second time. I guess I ever went to Korean dance club. So this Korean dance club that I went in year 2002, it was for younger people. Okay, like in their 20s, like college undergrad students, college. Yeah, in their 20s. Okay, so me and my buddies we went there. Okay, what happened there? I tell you, it's an interesting story. Okay, so I'll tell you after 5 minutes. Okay. Hey, it's fun time, right? Yeah, we did Lao Tzu, we did Immanuel Kant. Okay, let's just relax and sit back. Okay, we work and play, right? We work, so now it's time for some play. Okay, so some fun story time. Okay, all right. We'll take 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, 5 minutes. So this Korean dance club, okay, yeah, we are like in our 20s. I was 22, right? No, 24. I was 24. Year 2002. Okay, I was 24, and my buddies they were like in their earlier 20s, like 21. I don't know. Okay, they were younger than me. That's what I remember. Okay, so and never been to such Korean nightclub, dance club before, where there are a lot of young people, right? I've been to cabaret, like old school. I think I've been there once. Okay, it's this kind of dance club where there are people who are mature, like in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Okay, I've been there once. There are many. back then. Okay, many cabarets, right? I've been to one place there once. Okay, and then for the first time in my life, I went to a Korean dance club in Seoul, South Korea, where there are young people, right? Yeah. So me and my buddies, okay, yeah, we went there, and then it's just a bunch of Koreans, okay. It's a bunch of Asian Koreans, okay, South Koreans, all of us, right? In our 20s, okay. I guess that's their dual policy, right? So we went there and we met some Korean ladies, right? And then we sat down on a table, and I think we took a bus. Okay, so yeah, no problem. In Seoul, South Korea, a lot of public transportation. You have subway, buses, taxis. Okay, it's kind of like Manhattan, New York. Okay, yeah, you don't have to drive. Okay, so you can drink all you want. There's always subway, taxi, bus, no problem. Okay. So yeah, I got drunk, and me and my buddies, we met some ladies, Korean ladies. Okay, we are just Korean, bunch of Korean people. Okay, and I said something, and it didn't go very well. What did I say? Okay, this bunch of us guys and bunch of Korean ladies. Okay, I was like, "Hey, you're a very beautiful Korean lady, and you are not as beautiful as she is." Oops, they left. My buddies, they was like, "Hey man, you can't say that." We cannot take you anywhere, can we? I was like, "Oops, I'm sorry. I'm drunk." You know, in Korean proverb, uh, four letter. In China, Korea, Japan, we have four letter, four character, four syllable maxims. Okay. One of them is 취중진담. 취중진담, it means when you are drunk, you tell the truth. Right? Yeah. When you are drunk, you tell the truth. 취중진담. Okay. 취 means drunken. 취중, yeah, drunken period, drunken time. 진담, true words. Okay, so that's literal translation in English. Drunken time, true words. Okay, 취중진담. Okay. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, the ladies left because of what I said. Yeah, she's pretty. The other one's not. I'm sorry, but I'm drunk, so I tell the truth. Okay, so I'm sorry. They left us. Okay, I'm sorry. And we had a good laugh. Okay, so 취중진담, drunken time, true words. Okay. Yeah, when we are drunk, we are not being politically correct. We just say it like it is, right? Yeah, so we had a good laugh. Okay, so and something else happened too. Hey, I don't fool around. Okay, I came home alone. Okay, back to my parents' house, condominium. Okay, we don't fool around. Okay, so but there's another thing that happened there. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. No, but something interesting. Something worthwhile to mention. Okay, there's this Korean lady there. Okay. I can kind of sense that she wanted me to come and talk to her, but I didn't. Why? I I, I used to do that, okay, but I don't because look, I don't fool around, okay. So this Korean lady, she was good looking lady, okay. Yeah, very slender, very stylish, okay. But I mean, so why did I not go and talk to her? Look, I'm just visiting Korea, okay? And then I go back to America, Madison, Wisconsin, finished my undergrad degree in computer science. So, but she's Korean, living in Korea, South Korea. So we cannot quite date. I have to go back to America, Madison, Wisconsin. I'm just visiting Korea for a couple of weeks. So I didn't want to waste her time. We cannot date. She live in Korea, South Korea, right? So yeah, I didn't go and talk to her. Okay, so but I can kind of sense that she wanted to come and talk to her. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, yeah, you're a beautiful Korean lady. Okay, but yeah, I'm just visiting for a couple of weeks and I go back to Madison, Wisconsin, America. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, no problem. I had a bunch of other Korean guys who are very eligible. Okay, yeah, she can date somebody in Korea. Right, no problem. Yeah, yeah. So that's what happened. Okay, so me and my buddies. Okay, we went back home. We didn't. No, we don't fool around. Okay, we just came back home, parted our ways. Okay, so yeah, I came back to my parents' condominium. Okay, so I had a good night's sleep there because I was drunk. It was good. Yeah, we guys, we are very dumb. Okay, we are not wise, especially when we are drunk. Okay, so all right. How about Schopenhauer? Yeah, the world as will and representation. Arthur Schopenhauer, German philosopher. After some decades after Immanuel Kant, right? Yeah. Uh, we'll do it. Okay. Yeah. What was it? What chapter 42 or something? I like him a lot. Okay. He his sentences. He's such a great writer. Okay. Arthur Schopenhauer. I'm huge fan. Okay. This guy is good. He's German philosopher. Okay. Yeah. He liked Immanuel Kant. Okay. He's very he was very savvy about money. He got some inheritance money and he invested this inherited money to stocks, real estate, whatnot, right? So yeah, he was very good investor. Okay, he's very smart, astute, sharp guy. So he took care of his finance, and he got a professor job in some university in Germany, philosophy. Okay, and then, but he was not very popular. So he would give this lecture, and not many students would show up. Okay, and so that's the time where his colleague, Professor Hegel, right? Yeah, this what Hegelian philosophy was that dialectics. Okay, I like that. Yeah, dialectic. Okay, which was kind of influential to this Karl Marxism. Okay, but Hegelian dialectic is very cool stuff. Okay, so and he talked about law, Hegel, right? He was very popular, mainstream, established professor. So many students went to uh, his lectures, Hegel, right? But his contemporary Schopenhauer, not many students showed up in his lecture. Okay, so Schopenhauer did not like Hegel very much. Professional jealousy, right? Yeah. But later on in Schopenhauer's life, he became a lot more famous than Hegel. Okay, it's not exactly like Mozart and Salieri. Okay, but Salieri, he's a very good musical teacher. His students, very famous one like Beethoven. Right, Salieri was not all that bad. He's a very good teacher of music. He had many famous musicians, classical composers like Beethoven, lists, to name a few. Okay. Yeah. So Salieri is cool guy. Okay. So Hegel, cool guy. Okay, but Schopenhauer, he's something else. Hegel, Salieri, more traditional, mainstream, right, establishment. But Mozart and Schopenhauer, they're more like mutinous, mutiny, rebel, rebellion, and not treasonous, not treason, but mutiny, metaphysically speaking, philosophically, musically, artistically. Mutiny, rebellion. I always forget the word. We take 5 minutes, okay? I look it up. Thesaurus. What's the synonym of mutiny? Alright. We take 5 minutes, okay? So okay. Okay, we're doing Schopenhauer, right? What's the English word? Yeah, sedition. Yeah, I looked it up. Thesaurus, right? Mutiny, sedition, rebellion, insurrection. Okay, so Some people are like that, right? But not physically, no violence, metaphysically speaking. Okay, so I'm just one of them. Okay, yeah, I wanna go against mainstream ideologically speaking. Okay, no violence. Okay, just metaphysical rebellion, mutiny, right? Just in words. Okay, Bible, just words. Okay, yeah, words of God. Yeah, we do. We are more metaphysical than physical. We don't break down any statues or vandalize paint. No, we don't do that stuff. Okay. When we rebel, like mutiny, insurrection, sedition, we only do it in ideas and words. Okay, because we are civilized people. Okay, we don't commit any violence. Right. So Schopenhauer and me, we go way back. Okay. I mean, I never met him because he passed away before I was born. Okay. This German philosopher, probably 1800s. Okay. So I never met him, but we met metaphysically in Seoul, South Korea. Okay, I read his books like Parerga and Prolepomena, something like that. His essay collection. Okay, that's what he's famous for, right? Very smart, very sharp, astute observation, commentary, right? Yeah. So when I first came back to America, well, actually it's not very first time. Okay, so I was born in Ithaca, New York. Okay, that's how I got my citizenship, and I did travel to America twice when I was high school student, right? Twice, right? Then later on, I applied to college in America, and then I came to Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, I moved from not as a traveler, but as a I actually moved and lived in Madison, Wisconsin, in America. Okay, there was like I was like 19, year 2000, year 1997. I was 19. Okay, so 18, 19. Okay, after I graduated high school in Seoul, South Korea. Okay, right. So and there were some books that I carried with me from Seoul, South Korea to America. Okay, what books? I tell you. There's this book volume series translated from German to Korean, the history of philosophy. Okay, yeah, I did carry that with me from Seoul, South Korea to America, Madison, Wisconsin. Okay, and I think I carried a Bible. Okay, and also I carried with me yeah, Schopenhauer essay collection. Yeah, Parerga and Prolepomena, I think. Okay. I don't know what that means. Okay, I think it's Latin or Greek. No idea. Okay. So there's Immanuel Kant, and then Arthur Schopenhauer, and then there's Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche, yeah, they're all German, kind of three generation of modern German philosopher. Okay, Kant, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche. Okay, that's how I see it. Yeah, so Schopenhauer he really liked Kant, and Nietzsche he really liked Schopenhauer. Okay, it's kind of like three generation. Okay, like you have Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, kind of, right? Yeah, yeah, the descendant of Abraham, something like that. Okay, that's how I see it. Okay, so easy as ABC, don't 1 to 3. Okay, like Jackson 5 said, sang. Yeah. So Friedrich Nietzsche is a philologist, meaning he studied these old texts and can translate from this old language to modern language. Philology, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they all spoke, wrote Latin. All three people: Kant, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche. Yeah, Schopenhauer for sure. He loved Latin. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. I return to our discussion of the aesthetic impression. Knowledge of the beautiful always supposes simultaneously and inseparably a purely knowing subject and a known idea as object. Okay, so subject and object, okay. But yet, the source of aesthetic enjoyment will lie sometimes rather in the apprehension of the known idea, sometimes rather in the bliss and peace of mind of pure knowledge, free from all willing, and thus from all individuality and the pain that results therefrom. And in fact, this predominance of the one or the other constituent element of aesthetic enjoyment will depend on whether the intuitively grasped idea is a higher or a lower grade of the will's objectivity. Thus, with aesthetic contemplation in real life or through the medium of art, of natural beauty in the inorganic and vegetable kingdoms of the works of architecture, the enjoyment of pure will less knowing will predominate because the ideas here apprehended are only low grades of the will's objectivity and therefore are not phenomena of deep significance and suggestive content. On the other hand, if animals and human beings are the object of aesthetic contemplation or presentation, the enjoyment will consist rather in the objective comprehension of these ideas that are the most distinct revelations of the will. For these exhibit the greatest variety of forms, a wealth, and deep significance of phenomena. They reveal to us most completely the essence of the will, whether in its violence, its terribleness, its satisfaction, or its being broken. This last in tragic situations. Finally, even in its change or self surrender, which is the particular theme of Christian painting. Historical painting and the drama generally have as object the idea of the will enlightened by full knowledge. We will now go over the arts one by one, and in this way, the theory of the beautiful that we put forward will gain it in completeness and distinctness. Okay. Again, I have no idea what he's talking about. Okay. I I got some ideas because I studied his philosophy before. Okay, just a little bit as an amateur. What I remember Arthur Schopenhauer said is that he talked about objectivity. Huh? Yeah, it's ethics. No, no, not ethics, but aesthetics. Study of beauty. Philosophical inquiry of what beauty is. Aesthetics, right? He talked about aesthetics like any metaphysics, metaphysicists, metaphysicists, metaphysics philosophers, okay? Yeah. Kant, Schopenhauer, Nietzsche, yeah, they all talked about what's beauty, aesthetics, right? Philosophical inquiry of beauty, okay? So, from what I recall, what I learned from Mr. Herr Schopenhauer, Herr means Mr. in German, okay? So, beauty it has to do with objectivity, okay? And I have to agree, right? Yeah, I mean, in American or English proverb maxim, they say beauty is in the eyes of beholder, and there's some Twilight Zone episode about that. But I have to disagree with that. So they're saying Americans or English speaking world, they say beauty is subjective. Beauty is to the eyes of beholder, right? And Schopenhauer and me, we disagree. we say beauty is more, it's not subjective, but it's more objective. It's more absolute. Why? We talked about this a while back in humanology, right? I don't know whether it's got buried in 200 lost episodes, the Noahian deluge, flood, great flood, okay. 200 episodes got lost, okay. It's in my external hard drive, but I did not upload it because my mouse was too dirty, okay. So we'll revisit that issue. Is beauty subjective or objective? Is beauty to the eyes of beholder subjective, or is beauty something objective and absolute? We'll talk about that, okay? So that's my question to you. Is beauty absolute or relative? Is beauty objective or subjective? Or is it both or neither? Okay, that's my question to you, okay? We'll take 5 minutes or 10 minutes, okay? We'll stop and restart, okay? Alright. Alright.